All right. I am here with Taylor. She is with Enji. She is one of my favorite people in the online space, and she knows by now that she has saved my butt in terms of my marketing because she has created this amazing platform that I want to talk to you about. Um, and it has simplified my marketing so much so that I can do it in probably an hour or two tops a week. And I'm no longer making it hard for myself. And if you're watching this, you're probably making it hard for yourself too. So I want to talk to you about how we don't have to make it hard for yourself. Because when we do make it hard, we're exhausting ourselves. We're spinning our wheels. There's no plan. We're kind of throwing spaghetti at the wall. Most of the time, either we know marketing and we're too close to our brand to be able to actually know what we're doing or what we should be doing, or we don't know marketing and we don't even have a clue as to what we should be doing. And you get on this hamster wheel and it's just utterly exhausting. So here's how I did it. I figured out what marketing a small business like mine actually looks like, because what marketing for me looks like, it's very different than what marketing for like Nike looks like or for what Target looks like. Their marketing is so far past what marketing a small business should look like. So I figured out what it looks like for us as small business owners. The second thing I did was I made a simple shift in my approach that keeps my marketing consistent. And this is honestly one of the biggest things that has saved my sanity. And then the third thing is I streamlined my marketing system. So instead of using all the things and having this massive tech stack, I simplified it. I simplified it over and over. And I'm Shannon. In the past years, I have launched my second business. I create brands that help my clients book their dream clients through branding, websites, SEO, you name it, we're going to do it. And then I've learned the hard way that coffee and good vibes can only get you so far when it comes to marketing your small business. So I want to help you see how I have managed to simplify this for me. So the first thing is you've got to simplify your strategy. We can't do complicated. You're wearing all the hats in your business, multiple hats. You're your financial advisor, your assistant, probably, maybe you have a virtual assistant. You are your marketing director. You are onboarding your new clients. You are actually performing the work. You can't do all of these things. You've got to simplify it, and it needs to be doable. The other thing that I have found is that there is so much marketing information out there, and you can easily get shiny object syndrome or squirrel syndrome, and you're going to go look and see what the next person is saying that you should be doing. But if you try to do all of this stuff that looks really cool and really promising, it's going to overwhelm you. It's going to make you exhausted. And if you're like me, you're going to shut down. Taylor and I were just talking about that. Um, we shut down when we get too exhausted. And the news flash is that the best marketing strategy for people like us as small business owners is a simple one. And yes, we all still need a strategy, and that's coming up, I promise. Marketing strategy, and it is okay to just be learning this. A marketing strategy helps you document your goals. It helps you track who your customers are, those dream clients that you're working with. It helps you simplify and identify the best marketing channels for you to be on, because you don't have to be on all of them. And then it will tell you and identify the actual marketing tasks that you need to be doing. And it's important that you have all of this strategy in place, but it's going to help you focus on what you actually need to be focusing on, not what your friend down the road needs to be focusing on, but what you need to focus on and what you need to let go of, because you can't do it all. No matter how hard you try, you cannot do it all. And you shouldn't be doing it all, because not all of it is going to work for you. And that is one of the saving graces of what Taylor has brought into my world, because I very quickly realized, oh, well, why am I focusing on this area if it's not actually working for me? I mean, I can't remember, Taylor, if you and I talked about, I can't remember if we talked about, I think we did. At the end of last year, when I was looking at all my KPIs, I was like, oh, well, Instagram isn't actually bringing in my leads.
Is,
And
isn't
it
that the
blew
best
my mind.
feeling?
It was the
You're like,
best
oh,
feeling.
I can chill out about
Right.
part of my marketing.
I don't have to like be posting every single day on here. No, because it's not bringing in my leads. It was making an impact, but it wasn't even one of the top two places people were finding me. which
Yep.
blew my mind. It was a breath of fresh air. So yeah, it was awesome. Okay, step two is you need a routine. It's not rocket science here. You just need to make this small, simple shift to make things work in your marketing routine. So here's kind of what I used to do. I used to put pressure on myself to post on all the social media I could find, except TikTok. No, I did try TikTok. I have a TikTok account. I don't even know how to log into it. So there's that. But I tried to create all the content for that particular day that I wanted to post it on. I genuinely thought I needed to blog every single week. I was trying to market my business in a bazillion places, and I was working on my marketing a little bit every day, which is, again, if you've tried that, it is exhausting. It's draining. So let's talk about the shift that I made that I've kind of already hinted at a little bit here. I have a routine that I batch my time around, and it has simplified everything. And again, I can get all this done in 1 or 2 hours a week, max. And here is my routine. I publish one new blog post a month. That's it, which that was also a breath of fresh air. I love writing, but also trying to hold all these other hats on my head and to have Taylor look at me and be like, you don't have to do this that often. You just once a month is fine. I was like, oh, okay. So I take my blog once a month. And then from that blog post, I plan out my social media content. Usually, for the most part, not always, but usually for the most part, it's falling within whatever that month's blog topic is. And I'm pre-scheduling those social media posts at the beginning of each week. And then I'm sending out an email newsletter every week. That's the core of my routine. And that's what all of my marketing plan and my marketing strategy is built around. Step three, as I cleaned up my system, I documented, I let go. And there, I've already told you a little bit about it, but there's a certain piece of software that is key to all of this. And then I also had to admit some things to myself. So some of the things I had to admit to myself was I needed a strategy. I had to let go of doing the marketing every day. I had to embrace campaigns. I had to stop working off of vibes and what felt right for that day. And I had to simplify. I had to do less software and get that tech stack as simple as possible. And again, it's not rocket science. So this is where Enji comes in, and I will forever be grateful for this piece of software. And Taylor is going to show you around for a little bit.
I am so stoked to hear all the ways that Enji has helped Shannon streamline her marketing and just like dial the emotional dial way down. Because when we have realistic expectations about what it is we can do, then we actually can do those things and it becomes this positive reinforcement versus us becoming the melty face emoji because we've tried to do too much in a very short amount of time that we've got as business owners. So I wanted to give you a quick demo of what Enji is so you can see all of the features that we have and all of the ways that we can help you do your own marketing. So the first thing that Enji does is it asks you to play a game of 20 questions so that we can customize a marketing strategy to your business. And the cool thing is we created our own artificial intelligence that let me take all of my things or all the things in my marketing consultant brain and have them be what powers this feature that we've got. So it is artificial intelligence, but it's not ChatGPT because we wanted to make sure that you are getting something that's really, really tailored to you. So a marketing strategy is super simple. It outlines your goals and objectives. It's a place for you to build out your customer personas. And then Enji will recommend marketing channels for you to focus your time and energy on. But one of the really amazing things that I know is a fan favorite is Enji's not just a blank slate. It actually creates tasks for you to do that will help you reach your goals. So you can click into your objectives and see these are the things that Enji says I should be doing in order to get found on the internet because I'm trying to do a better job with my SEO. But we also in the channels will show you the tasks that you're doing as well, just as it takes a second to load, but I promise you they're there. But the strategy, once you've created it, this is where you're like, okay, I know what it is I need to do. And then the next question that people have is like, okay, well, when do I do these things? Because I'm trying to be consistent. And so all of your tasks end up on your marketing calendar. Now, two of the questions that Enji asks you when you're completing that questionnaire is how much time do you have to work on your marketing every week? And then what day of the week do you want us to build your routine around? And so you can see here, we picked Tuesday. So all of the marketing tasks show up on Tuesday. And in this example, I think that I said, oh, I have 2 hours a week to work on my marketing. And so the tasks are spread out based on the fact that there's a 2 hour time block, right? Instead of there being 14 things that you're trying to accomplish on one day, there's one thing, right? Like schedule some email newsletters. And the next week, schedule some social media posts, right? And speaking of social media posts, when you get this task, one of the great things about Enji being a platform is we have lots of features. And so we have a social media scheduler that's baked into the calendar. And so you can go from, hey, I've got to schedule social media posts to I can do that all within one place. And the next really cool thing is that our AI copywriter, if that's something that you guys are wanting to use in order to speed up your the amount of time that it takes for you to write captions, then you can use that here because that's also attached. And because I know I'm talking to a creative crowd, there is a visual planner for the Instagram feed because we all want to know, does our grid look good? So that's the calendar. But one of the other things that people liked to do with Enji, and Shannon mentioned, is campaigns. Because your strategy is going to outline the regular things that you're going to do to market your business. But then a marketing campaign is an extra push, it's an extra oomph, or you can think of it as a marketing project. So when you need more of something, like I need more email list subscribers, I need more followers on Instagram, I need to be indexed for more SEO keywords. There are all of these templates here, and then you can pick the template, give it a date on when you want that campaign to start, hit go, and then Enji thinks for just a second, and it's going to create that task list for you to follow and assign dates to it so that you can actually keep on track to get this SEO campaign off the ground and running by April 21st. But the campaigns also are a big place where people are like, well, was it worth it, right? Was there any ROI on this extra effort that I put in? So you can set targets, you can track actually what you got, as well as any money you put into it so that you have the numbers you need to determine whether or not your ROI was good. Then there is the AI copywriter. So you've already seen this because it's attached to the scheduler, but we also have a prompt for writing blog posts. So you can get that first draft done super, super fast. And then all you need to do is spend some time refining it. And don't worry, your copywriter is not going to sound like a robot because in the brand guide, we have a brand voice generator. And so Enji will create your brand voice for you based on a sample of text or your website URL if you give that to us. And then this is what will feed the copywriter so you don't have to train it all the time. And since I'm in the brand guide, you can put something like this together with your mood board, your brand voice, your colors, all that kind of stuff. And when someone needs it, you can just send it off in one click without needing to send attachments. But we also have a brand asset library for you to house all of the moving parts of your brand. So your logo versions and the file types, build out your color palettes, tell us what your fonts are, and then you can add image galleries and video links. And again, when someone needs these things, you just cherry pick what they've asked for, drop in their email address, and then they get sent a version that looks pretty close to this that they can then download the files that you've sent. And we have a media kit for all of you who get asked for your headshot and bio on a regular basis. So you can build this out, add your headshot, your bio, make this page a little bit your own, and then send it off in one click. But the last really big thing that Shannon mentioned that Enji helps her do and can help you do is track your metrics so you know whether or not your marketing is working and where you are having success. So there are lots of KPIs that you can track and you can create charts for these. But if you are not a numbers girly, then this is your new best friend because putting in your numbers, if you're doing it manually, is as easy as dropping numbers into a cell. But then you can pick what kind of chart or graph you want the data to be visualized as, and Enji automatically does it for you. You don't need to know how to write equations or anything like that. But there's also direct integrations that we have in our KPI tool. So for things like Google Analytics 4, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, YouTube, and LinkedIn business pages, your numbers are automatically going to populate in your account on KPI day, which is the first day of every month. And so what Enji really is a place for you to know what you're going to do, when you're going to do it, so you're staying consistent, and then know what works over time so that you can lean into stuff like that, because that's what we all should be doing.
So Enji really has helped me do all of these things, and it has made marketing so much easier on myself. It helps me create that simple marketing strategy so I can actually get into that CEO level thinking that I need to be in. It gives me a rhythm and helps me batch my work around everything. It helped me figure out a way to use fewer pieces of software, which I'm all about simplifying that tech stack. And I really, really, really think you need to try Enji because I promise you it's going to help you. I tell everybody that it is one of the very, very, very few pieces of software I will scream from the rooftops that every small business owner needs. And I will always scream it from the rooftops, but it is for you. If you are a creative, if you're a service-based business owner, if you do your own marketing, if you need your marketing to be better and you can't outsource everything, if you have group coaching twice a month or you want group coaching twice a month, that is so helpful. And by the way, if you can't make it, like I usually cannot make those, Taylor records them and you can always watch the replay. And you don't want to have to figure everything out on your own. You could spend thousands of dollars on a CMO or a marketing director or a fractional CMO for your business. And Engie is going to save you thousands of dollars. So definitely think it's something you need to try. You can try it for free and then you can save on your first 2 months with Engie by using that link down there. Awesome. Thanks for watching. I'd love to stay in touch. You can come hang out with me on Instagram. I do get on there mainly on stories. You got my website linked down there. And if you want to stay connected with Taylor and the whole Engie crew, you can. They put out some good content as well. And of course, if you have any questions, you can get in touch with either of us. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.